Strength through will is how we can reverse the perversion of values that have been instilled in you, in me, and all our brethren, insidiously through generations of ancestral oppression. Though it stood with as much superhuman endurance as anyone could, it left a deep impression. Invisible scars that have caused us to devolve into a state of unconsciousness so malignant, we've nearly forgotten we're not a problem to be solved. We always been the solution they seek to dissolve, with the illusion of ties that bind us to a system that blinds, of most vicious design, which is to free no man. Only together, through sharing of wisdom, can we heal the wounds of division, forever sealing that evil incision, and finally deprogram.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Deprogram show. I'm your host, RMJR. We got a very special guest in the building, Mr. Bobby Collier, the host of the House of Common Sense. Y'all follow him and subscribe on YouTube right now. Like I said, I'm going to say that again. We got a very special guest in the building, Mr. Bobby Collier, the host of the House of Common Sense. How you doing, my brother?
Yes. Good, brother. How are you today?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. See, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show, man, because you don't have a lot of old and young dialogue on this YouTube thing or whatever people doing. You just have one side. And see, what I like to do, I like to give my elders a time or opportunity to come on, because this stuff that we got to, for one, we got to compare notes. And that's one of the reasons why we done dropped the ball as a people. Like, I can look at you and I be like, okay, he knows something. And then I don't ever really dialogue with you. That's why I reached out to you and I was like, man, we got to make something happen, because being that this the Deprogram show, we program to, like, most older people be like, I don't want to deal with them young dudes. And most young dudes be like, man, I ain't fooling with them old cats. Well, we got to come together. That's the only way we're going to make something happen.
Definitely. And I want to thank you for giving me this platform. As a matter of fact, I show my love to you because you're one of the first person to actually, give me an invite to your platform, because your platform is a whole lot larger than mine. I sure appreciate it.
I mean, actually based on subscribers right now, you might got me beat, but like I put it out through Facebook, through Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah. But see, what I'm talking about, you got your own program. You see what I'm saying? You got your own program set up. I don't have my own program set up. That's what I need to do.
I mean, it's coming in time, man. You doing your thing. All that's important is you putting the message out there.
Yeah. And I like to do that.
So we're gonna start with mortgage, right? Because I've talked about mortgage and you've talked about mortgage.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about a lot. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
But we're gonna deal with mortgage. So what's your take on mortgage?
Mortgage is actually a contract that could last till death, basically. It's usually based on a 30-year, taking you 30 years to pay off this particular house. And then you never really get the house paid for, but that's a whole different a stage of it. When you close on a mortgage, you got a lot of people around the table.
Okay.
The main person at the table is the lawyer, because he's the one that does the bank transaction where the money is dispersed.
You said that's the main person?
That's the main person at the table.
Okay.
Is the lawyer. Matter of fact, you're going to be sitting beside him or across the table from him when you get to sign in your name. And you'll study signing. And you'll study signing. And you'll study signing. He's telling you the name of the documents, but you really ain't reading all of these documents to actually say what you know. I mean, to understand what's in these documents, what they mean, and how to apply to you and them. So you just sign it. You just sign it. You just sign it. You just sign it, and that's what they want you to do. To say, but even if you read everything that you're signing, the only rights that you have is to make those monthly payments.
Hold up. So you saying even if you read everything that's in your mortgage, that when you finna close, you said the only rights that you have is to make your monthly payments.
That's it. Basically.
But see,
if you don't make your
go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you don't make those monthly payments, then you're gonna have a problem because you breached the contract. Don't make no difference how much hardship you might have now. Don't care nothing about that. You sign a contract to say you're gonna do this such a time every month. So they don't care if your mama done died or you done lost your job or whatever hardship you might have, they don't give a crap. All right. You sign the contract saying that you're gonna do this. And if you can't do this, then here's this piece of paper right here that say that if you don't do this, we can do that. And that's take your house. And a lot of times they know they're gonna take their house back when they're sitting down at the table. Because they're betting on hardship.
You said they bet on?
They bet on hardship.
Okay.
Because that's what's gonna cause you to lose, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, hardship is gonna cost you hardship is in their in actuality, hardship is in their favor. And they figure if you sign a 30-year mortgage, whether it's fixed or flexible, you're gonna have some hardship.
So let me ask you this. Would you advise against getting a mortgage? Now knowing what you know now?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, because of the hardship. Because see, when they foreclose on a property, you got to understand what they take when they foreclose against the property. They only foreclose against the property because what? The borrower breached the contract, right? He couldn't make the payments. Okay, they don't give a damn what the excuse is.
Do me a favor. I guess turn your volume down because I can hear like some echo. I don't know if you hear echo on my end because I kind of turned mine down because I had it up loud too.
How's that?
Say something.
How's that?
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah, because see what was happening when I was saying something, I could hear it. It was like echoing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's perfect because now I don't hear myself echoing no more.
Okay. Yeah. So you when they foreclose against the property, they rake in all the chips. All the chips coming to them. Now what are the chips? All right. Your down payment, if you had to put a down payment down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You give them that money as a down payment. All the payments that you have made thus far. Okay. All the upkeep that you have done on the house. Okay. If you get in a financial bind and you can't make those payments, they're raking all of that. All of that belongs to them now.
So what I'm hearing you say is basically, once you give them, like you take care of the house, you keep it up, and once you give them a reason, which would being delinquent on your payments, they cash in on all your hard work.
They cash in on everything. They cash on everything. And then they'll sell that house on the courthouse steps. Okay, they'll go through it, clean it up, maybe put a little paint and do this and do that and fix that, make it look good on the inside and the outside. All right. or they may not do anything to it, but have somebody go in and clean it up. All right, they may not do no repairs to it, and they'll sell that house on the courthouse steps. Now, with my house, I signed a note for $90,000, and my payback would have been $133,000 if I'd have kept it for 30 years.
So that's 40. So that's roughly $43,000 more.
No, I closed for $90,000.
But you said if you would have went the whole 30 years, it would have been $143,000.
That's what I would have paid to them. That would be principal and interest. Okay, because since my credit wasn't that great, I got a 6.8 ARP. See, so now that's 6%. That's 6% of the total loan. That's 6% of the $90,000.
So on top of
every yeah.
So on top of that 90, you had to pay like 6% on. It's like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. This your 90,000 right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they throw 6% of that 90,000 on top of that.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. 10% of 90,000 would be
9,000.
9,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you said 6%, right?
6.8%.
How is 6.8% in the long run the way? Because you said it would be 143,000, correct?
What? No, 233,000 if I was my total payback with interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 233,000 if I'd have carried the loan for 30 years. Now I didn't have to carry the loan for 30 years, but I have to double up my payments like some people do. But you got to make sure that you tell them when you double up your payment, you want that payment to go towards the principal and not the interest.
So if you don't tell them that, they put it where they want it?
Yeah. Because see, if you're on a 30-year mortgage, the first 15 to 20 years, all you really done was paid on the interest.
Hold on. So you
they collect the interest first.
So how can you tell them that you want to pay on the principal before the interest? Will they let you do that?
Yeah, if you double up on your payment. You put in the extra on your payment, yeah, they'll do it like that, but they ain't gonna put that regular payment towards that principal, because the interest, what they're collecting from you is spending money.
Hold up, say that again.
What they're collecting from you is spending money. It's going right in their pocket. Hey, fire up the yacht, man. Fire up the yacht.
They got a cold game.
Okay, see? Yeah. So all of that paperwork, even if you read it all, you have no rights but to make those payments. See? Now the money transaction is with the deed of trust and the note. See? One of them certified the principal, all right, and the other certified the principal and the interest.
Okay.
All right. So he deposit that note and that deed of trust as cash.
Hold up, you said they deposit the deed and the note as cash?
The deed of trust and the note as cash. That's the money transaction.
Okay.
Then the bank, what they do is they take that deed of trust and that note and bundle it into mortgage-backed securities, which is sold to investors through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is a government program. See,
So
and see that's how the bubble came apart. You know, when we had that depression under George Bush.
and that's why they gave the banks bailout so they wouldn't catch up. Everybody wouldn't catch on to what's really going on.
Right, because see what the bank sold these mortgage-backed security and guaranteed those investors that if the borrower did default on the loan or the so-called loan, that they would still pay those investors. All right. See.
So what you telling me is they done sold you the mortgage and sold the investor the loan.
Yeah.
So they making money both ways.
Both ways. Because see, when the banks sell it to the investor, they're gonna make about 10 points on it. So now they got a $90,000 note. All right. The bank will probably sell it for they'll make about $10,000 on it. All right. So now you got a $100,000 note that an investor can buy, but in return, he's gonna get $233,000 out of the deal. That's more than 100% profit.
Hold up. So the bank makes 10,000. So that puts another 10 on top of the 90 that you owe.
Right, because they got to make money too.
So what's happening is the bank loaning you the 90.
They're loaning you the 90 and charging you interest to lend you the 90. That's the 6.8% ARP. That's what you're paying for them lending you the 90. But they didn't really lend you the 90. In actuality, you loaned them the 90. They just flipped the script.
Okay, break that down.
Well, your signature is the most powerful thing that you have.
Okay.
Without your signature, the note and the deed of trust won't fly. Nothing flies without your signature. See? So you actually created the so-called loan. Because banks can't really lend money. They accept loans.
Go into that. Go into that.
Well, if banks lend money, there wouldn't be no new money created. Money can only be created by the people. So your signature on the note and the deed of trust what make it fly. You're the creator because you're sovereign and you're the people.
Okay, so what you telling me is I'm telling you I got 90, I'm gonna lend you $90,000.
Yeah.
But you gotta give me 10,000 for lending you 90. Right?
No. The bank is not lending.
No.
The 10,000 comes when the investor when they put the mortgage on the market. When they put the mortgage on the market for an investor to buy it, they paid 90,000 for that note. Okay.
Now hear me out though. I'm following what you're saying, but I'm saying I'm playing the position of the bank in this scenario, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, you come to me, right? Saying you want to buy this whatever property. And I say I got 90,000 of these that I'm gonna lend you, right? But I'm telling you, it's gonna cost you. You got to give me an additional 10 for me to lend you the 90.
Well, no more than that.
No. I'm saying you got to get this to me initially, like this. But see what ends up happening. I'm the bank. I don't really have the 90 is what I hear you saying.
No.
So
no,
I gotta go to quote unquote the investor to even get the 90, but I'm telling you, I got it.
Well, I can tell you that because I'm writing a check. I'm not actually putting no cash money out there.
So that's what I'm saying. So
I'm writing a check.
So
okay.
I'm telling you, I say, you come to me and I say, okay, yeah, we'll give you the loan. And I'm gonna put up the money, but I don't have no money. All I got is a pen and a paper.
And a note. Cause that right there in your hand is not money. It's a Federal Reserve note. It says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private.
Say that again.
This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. They don't say it's money.
Y'all see that, right?
It says a note.
Yeah, I got to focus real good. Y'all see that?
Yeah. See, so they really ain't exchanging nothing but paper. Basically, ain't no money.
Hold on.
All they're doing is writing notes, and they got that from what's this guy's name? Used to have the vault, Goldsmith.
Yeah, y'all see what they say. They say Federal Reserve note.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Federal Reserve note. Now, when you go to Black Law Dictionary and look at the definition of a note, it's express promise to pay money. It's not money. And that's the way this country operates. This country operates off of a Federal Reserve note. So they ain't ready to loan you anything. You just made an exchange with them. All right. They gave you a piece of paper that ain't worth nothing, and you promised to give them X amount of dollars back. That's how the new money is created. Okay. They accepted your loan because you the lender. But they turned you into the borrower. They flipped the script.
Wow.
And made you the borrower rather than the lender. Because only new money can only be created through the people.
See, I'm glad you broke it down like that, because when I tell people, they be saying I'm tripping. They say, man, you don't know what you talking about. I told people, I said, and I might have said this on the Deprogram show before, you can't own anything in this country of value, nothing.
Well, you can. That depends on what state you're in. All right. Anytime you're in a property paying state, you're in a property tax paying state, you can't own nothing. You will never own anything.
Do you know right offhand the states that you don't have to pay property tax on?
We can look them up. I think Wyoming is one. I think Texas may be one. Pennsylvania maybe one. Pennsylvania is the second biggest state in the union, and they don't execute property taxes, from what I heard. Now this is allegedly. Now I don't have proof behind this, but there's a few states in the United States where they don't penalize you for owning property, because that's what property taxes really is. It's a penalty for you owning something.
So you mean to tell me that in most states that once I buy property, I'll get penalized for buying in property?
For yes, you're penalized for buying property. Okay, because you pay taxes on the property when you bought it.
Mm-hmm.
But what the state would make you do is pay taxes on it long as you keep it. That's effed up.
I mean, you call it like you see it.
Okay. See? So as long as that property, now even if that property is sitting, and you see some houses that been abandoned, or maybe the people died that was living in that house and they didn't have no kids, all right? And the state really don't know the state really can't do nothing with the property until it accumulate property taxes. So here's this house sitting over here, all right? Sometimes the city won't even mess with it. They'll just let it sit there. But if somebody go by and inquire about that house and they find out that everybody's dead, all right, they can actually sell that house just for the property taxes. So if they take your house that's already paid for, and you get behind on your property taxes, maybe you get $3,000 behind, $4,000, $5,000 behind on your property tax, they can actually take that house from you, all right, after being delinquent for so long, and they can sell it for the amount of tax that's owed on it.
Okay, I just found the article. It says, because I looked up states with no property tax, and it says under the U.S. housing market, this is 2020, it says states with no property tax really don't exist. The good news is there are some states that are better than others when it comes to the rate. So I found 10 states that has a zero interest, 0 point something interest property tax. Number 1 is Hawaii. Number 2 is Alabama. Number 3 is according to this, Colorado. Number 4 is Louisiana. Number 5 is the District of Columbia. Number 6 is Delaware. Number 7 is South Carolina. Number 8 is West Virginia.
Now, South Carolina charge property taxes, so they lied there because I pay property tax on my vehicles. I got a tax bill. I get my tax bill right now.
I get what you're saying. It says the effective property tax for South Carolina is, I think this talking like housing, because this is referring to the housing market. Now, like I said, I'm not saying this is true. This is just what they putting out. So they say South Carolina, and they say the effective property tax rate is 0.57.
Yeah.
Then they got West Virginia at 0.59.
That's percentage of the property value. That number. Okay.
Yeah, and then Wyoming and Arkansas. But again, let me state this. This is the internet, so people don't know this, so I'm gonna tell them. On Google, they do flip a lot of stuff. So they might put out there that, okay, this is what's going on. Then when you really get alert to what's going on, they'll change the narrative.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, this is my property taxes on my van. I got a Savannah van. It's a 2010.
I mean, I ain't
disagreeing.
No, but
yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with
you.
I
want you to look at, can you see those numbers over?
But yes,
here, the value of them. You see school, so how many taxes I'm paying towards school. I ain't got no kids in school. Okay.
Hold on, pull that up just a little bit.
See?
Okay. So hold up. So they got you. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about that. So, so they got you paying school taxes on your van?
Yeah. Yeah. $91 school taxes. School bonds, $21. the county tax, $14.95. A county bonds, $3.40. All right, fire service. All right, which you need that now, $7.72.
Hold on. Check this out. I want y'all to hear this. So you mean to tell me that you got to pay per? How often you pay that?
And once a year.
Okay, so you got to pay.
If I don't pay that, I can't get my van. I can't drive my van now.
I already know. So you telling me you got to pay the fire department? So basically, they saying if you don't pay this, not only are we not going to allow you to drive something you've already quote unquote paid for, but they saying we probably ain't gonna come put you if your car